in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the banks of the Mississippi River, Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium in Memphis, home to the Memphis Tigers. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Washington Huskies, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Memphis Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Here's the handoff. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion from the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield, it's Thompson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Look out, he's got room. Powers through. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one.
Wow, how about the stop-start speed? That reminds you of Napoleon Kaufman or Bishop Sankey, Myles Gaskin, great Washington Husky running backs of years past that just made defenders look silly because of that stop-start ability. This dude has some wheels.
Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Williams looking for a man. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Touchdown, Huskies! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. Talk about a breakdown in coverage. That might be the easiest catch he'll have all day.
It doesn't get much easier than that, except the hardest part about this is the walk to the sidelines, because then you have to justify what happened. And your defensive coach is going to be just a smidge upset that you left that guy wide open in the end zone for the big play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Wants to fire on second down. Finds his big tight end. Push down for the tackle. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest. That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. The offense changing the play. To the air on 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Picked off. Got some room to run. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. On the run, it's Daniels. Got enough for the first. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Williams will pass. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
You don't see bat downs all the time. A lot of times guys break on the football, the defensive backs, and they're trying to catch it and make a play. I like he knew where he was. He's in the end zone, not trying to give up points. Does a great job breaking on the football and swatting it to the ground.
Fires to the tight end. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Got the 1st down, looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
Motion from the wideout. Off play action. intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And the Huskies trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown up over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. And if that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got him downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. Here he goes. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Using his legs, it's Lewis. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Brought down at the 21-yard line. Pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here we go. Right back to the well. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score.
Touchdown, Memphis! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And sometimes these games can snowball. You get down 21, next thing you know, you look up, it might be 35. Nice answer, put a drive together. Now the defense has got to get you a stop. Then you try to put another drive together. One possession at a time, try to climb back in this football game.
Coming out with it, it's Clark. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. From the gun, running back gets the give. Runs through a tackle.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Trying to impose their will with the run. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Williams looking for a man. Scrambling away. Throwing on the run. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. Put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Flips it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his progression.
Complete downfield. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. And the Tigers are marching down the field. QB draw. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. That's caught. It's Daniels. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
And such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, When they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Williams will pass. Working that left side now. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He's going for the big play. Pulls it in on the right. It's a seam wide open. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Man, football, there is so many weapons now with small slots and big wide receivers. And then you got the tight ends now that have the speed to catch the football, chew up ground, and get to the end zone and make those big plays like he did right here.
14.
He'll bring it out. It's Jackson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quarterback making checks. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. With the catch, it's Johnson. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Memphis will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Daniels. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun, the ground game.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Williams looking for a man. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Washington hoping to make this defense bow down in the red zone. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Fires on the move. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Stopped at the 12-yard line, and he wanted that pick six. He'll have to settle for setting up his offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out route. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
He uncorks one deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Grabbed in the middle, it's Thompson. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, they'll make those contested catches.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
Motion from the back. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Grab near the marker. It's Thompson. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's a really nice job by the defense staying disciplined there. The quarterback's trying to get it out on the right side. As soon as he makes the catch, though, down he goes. Really good job with the tackle.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his big tight end. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Just enough time for one final play of the half. Leaves it with the running back. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Memphis about to boot it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Daniels. He found some really good running. On that one, it just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. defense bow down to Washington. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great way to go.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
It'll be 3rd and long. Williams will pass. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Jackson. He stepped out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. Excellent situational awareness to make the grab and get just enough for that 1st down.
And how about the play call? They didn't want to hold on to the football. They wanted to get that thing out of their hand, trust the receiver to make the catch, and then what does he do? Gets the 1st down, gets out of bounds, new set of downs for this offense.
Makes the catch. It's Johnson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Finds his man. It's Jefferson. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. The Tigers have this offense rolling. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
From the red zone, looking for a space. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing into zone defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late, and as a result, it's an INT.
Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Yards short of the 1st down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Wide open spaces. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. That took nerves of steel to convert that 4th down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the 3rd quarter to create some momentum. Help them go crazy. Help them go nuts. But the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big 4th down conversion.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
In this offense now, it's decision time. Man, they put a nice drive together. You want to walk away with points, but how aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to take this field goal, or do you want to try to get a touchdown?
Right on the money. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Huskies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Huskies! And they take it in for 6 more points. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for room. It's Lewis. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
Williams looking for a man. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big throw.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just
breaks into the open. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Memphis. He got a snap and just dusted the field.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone. It's Clark. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. They'll get this drive started from the 29. They go to the ground. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. He's all the way across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41 in the running game, getting it done. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Daniels. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
On the run, deep down the right side. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He's got it. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. A 1st down run in the red zone. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
What a great play by the defense. When you talk about this running back, he's got a nose for the end zone. He just finds a way. You've seen that a couple times already early in this game, but defense wasn't having any of it that time.
He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye.
Touchdown, Huskies! Fitted in the window for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They have got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And he puts through the extra point.
Washington, 42. Memphis, 21.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Jackson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
There he goes. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and are still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
That's caught. It's Jackson. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
They use those back-to-back explosives to set them up 1st and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Touchdown, Tigers! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
This guy's been an absolute force in this offense early this season, guys. We're only in the 3rd game. He's already got 3 touchdown catches. Talk about a matchup nightmare for opposing defenses.
They'll go to the air. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Gets the back moving. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. And the Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. On the run, it's Daniels. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown, Washington! And the route is on. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4.
Yeah, salt enter wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Rutgers is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Minnesota. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next. That's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And listen, QB job number 1, take care of the football. We got to understand when to give up on plays. We got to understand when we feel people around us and take care of the football. You can't put the ball on the turf continuously. This guy's done it several weeks in a row now, so we got to take care of that football.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so
Oh, he's got some space. The 30. Past the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Memphis.
well, it's a nice job there executing the run play and getting in for the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little, too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the 4th quarter.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
And after taking a loss on that last run, a little bit of pressure right now for this offense on their own side of the field. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but this is a critical 3rd down that they have to convert. They don't want to give the ball back and put the pressure on their own defense.
Last 2 runs got a big fat nothing. Let's see if they try to go up top on 3rd and 10. Makes the grab. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
And his offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are.
Makes the grab past the marker. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He has a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before, ice in their veins, and you saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Williams will pass. Buys a little extra time. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
I just love the effort by the defense on this play. We're late in the game. It's in the fourth quarter. Guys are tired, and they're not able to get to the QB right away, but they continue pursuing him, and they're able to get to him outside of the pocket. Nice job.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Throws toward the end zone. Makes the grab plenty for the first down. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Pushes ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Beep, beep, beep. You know what that is? That's the garbage truck unloading the garbage time points right now.
And those garbage time points do count, though. And you're still playing the game, keep fighting, but it is that time when it's over, and nobody's really paying attention. Nobody's listening to me, or you, Reese, which not necessarily a bad thing.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Now on the option. He'll toss it. Got the first down and more. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here, trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to...
He's looking deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Finds a tight end. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He's taking a deep shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And this game's starting to tick away for this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this second.
Oh, ball's out. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
The defense comes up big time on the 4th down play, trying to get the stop, making sure he doesn't get a